Dude asked her, what do you call your granddaddy? Akasema papa.
Massive.
Akasema from now on,
Call me papa.
Call me papa. The reason why a lot of things that used to happen in, let's say, our parents' marriages and were acceptable.
Yeah.
Yenye sahi ukileta mtu atakuambia boss songa huko. Wenda zako niende zangu. But when self-love is attached to, let me do this thing. Ndio umse I feel naifanya. That is not self-love, you understand? But it makes me ask the question if even asking that is song, huh? Ogabola. How much is money?
It's nothing.
Sumo candle making workshop on the 31st of May.
What's that now?
How to make candles.
Why are we making candles in the 21st century? Hello world, welcome to yet another episode of the Ideal Corner podcast, and as usual, Lady Hawi is in the house. The whole crew is in. Wash is there, Timo, Kalonje, and of course, Offkeybrian is also with us. Lady Hawi, how has your week been?
My week has been good. It has been sweet. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
Yeah. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, yes.
Even man, I'm assuming it has just been short and sweet. There's nothing, hakuna kitu naweza sema ili capture attention yangu hii week kama anything. It has just been there.
Wait a minute. You're saying there's nothing that captured your attention?
There's nothing that caught my attention.
You're sure?
I'm trying to think, but I'm not seeing it. Kuna.
I'll remind you.
Speaking of which, do you know that yesterday was the International Day of the Boy Child?
Imagine I didn't know.
And you have a son.
I had absolutely no
idea.
idea.
You have a son.
Like some of these things we should be given like reminders. You see,
cool.
There's a lot of noise on social media about things like Mother's Day, what. Make noise.
There's a lot of biasness when it comes to
It's not bias.
It is biasness.
It's not bias.
I swear it is biasness.
Okay, swali.
Juu ingekuwa ungeona kwa mainstream media kila mahali, it's just flashed out. Lakini say a boy child imenyamaziwa tu.
But why do you think it's quiet like that?
Because it's life.
No, it's not because it's life. It's because generally boy child don't like making noise about certain things. For example, your birthday. Are you the type of person when it's your birthday utambia wase ni birthday yako?
No. Hapana.
There are a lot of guys who even forget. I have friends ananiambia nakumbuka. I have a friend, he remembers his birthday akipata message ya bank.
Ama Safaricom.
Yeah, ndio nakumbuka, today was my birthday. So it's not that we don't want to celebrate, but also make noise so we can celebrate with you.
Mutukumbuke. You must remember us. But anyway, happy International Day
to the boy child.
Wote. Sasa tukue tukikumbuka pia hata za girlfriend sasa tuanze kusahau pia.
Do you forget that one at your own risk?
But I don't have one, so I might as well.
You're clear for now.
Might as well not.
Until they start rushing here on the comments, aki akona sauti.
Kama kuna
aki akona ndevu.
Kama kuna mtu anajua ni wangu, jitokeze saa hii. Ndio period ikifika tuone vile tule. Lakini as of now, niko tu.
There's no one claiming you. Hiyo ndio unasema.
Hakuna mtu anani-claim.
Wacha tungoje comments tuone. We see.
Hapana, msiharibu hapo comment section. I will deny you. The same way, was it Peter or who?
Yes, Peter denied Jesus.
After the cock did what thrice?
Ili wika. Ni kuwika,
crow.
Right? But in Kiswahili ni kuwika. Right?
But in English?
Yeah, after the cock crowed.
Thrice. Mi hata sitangoja ya tatu. From the first one, deny.
Okay. Umesema no wasting time.
No wasting time. Hapa deny. Always. Hey, anyway, sasa tuende mambo moto. What's happening in the club industry, bana?
I really don't know, by the way. Over the last couple, it's not even months.
Yeah.
Just the last couple of weeks.
In fact, within this month too.
Yeah, just the last couple of weeks, there have been a lot of cases of people going to the club
Yeah.
and then getting beaten up by bouncers,
Bro.
for one reason or the other. Now, there's a reason where you can assume because of maybe the alcohol side of it, someone was rowdy.
But bouncers are kunywagi.
Forget about what do you mean bouncers were kunywagi?
On duty. Bro, on duty. Mi najua kuna ile wale watakuja tu chini ya maji ya kuombe.
They do drink. Some of them still drink.
Serious, ile tu kukunywa.
Yeah, some of them still drink. It's just that you'll not know. The way somebody composes themselves with the alcohol, huwezi jua umse amelewa maybe at that point. But I feel like it's not even something to do so much with bouncers drinking.
Yeah.
It's about maybe there's not specific rules that club owners are giving bouncers. If this happens, this is the reaction. You understand? If somebody is being rowdy in the club, anapiga kelele, maybe amevunja vitu.
Yeah.
Beba umse, umtoe. You understand? Just carry this guy and remove him or take him. Mpeleke kwa taxi, umfinya hapo ndani.
Mbona mfinye? Wewe sasa.
Not kumfinya your design. I mean, like you just get him in a cab and get him home type of thing. Or you find his crew. Or her crew, because obviously it goes both ways.
Both ways, yeah.
Yeah, you find this person's people and let them know mse wako nasumbua. You understand? So I think there are no specific rules on how such situations are going to be handled. For example, kuna hii ya VVIP.
Yeah, in Nairobi. Yeah.
In Nairobi, where a 17-year-old boy died. And it happened to be somebody who already was becoming quite viral as a dancer on TikTok. Tupatie hizo matopare nini. Then all of a sudden we hear the guy is dead, and then the report was stating that it was due to him being like beaten up, strangled, and all these type of things. So you wonder, okay, what did this guy do?
Boy, this 17.
Yeah, this boy do. Not even that. He's 17. Why is he in the club? That's number one.
Bana. How is even the club management allowing a 17-year-old to be in the club? Also, you can't say that you don't know his age, because at this point, this guy is already turning to be someone who is viral.
But do people really ID people? That's the thing.
Hey bro, mi nakumbuka hizo time tulikuwa wadogo kikijaribu hata kuingia club. Hauwezi bounce mwenye hata kufuria hapo. So it really beats me.
Unfortunately, I've never had that experience.
No, so for that's what I'm saying. Ladies mnakuaga na nini fulani mnaachiwa. Sisi. Bro, unarudi tuseme hata na squad, maybe umebeba squad yako, mmeenda mmefika club. Alafu unajua squad yako ikiingiaga hata ukone huruma. Unaona katu akienda.
Kwanza hiyo ni at the door. Then the ones who seem to look older wako mbele. They just walk in, then wewe unafika unasikia kitu kwa kifua. Kijana unaenda
Buda. Hapana. Unatoa hata ID your time. Hiyo siku ndo anakuambia hapana, hii club ni 25 and above. Maybe ndo umehit 21.
It just means that's
I remember at one point niliambiwa una ndevu. Rudi.
Ndio kama ukazigroisha by force.
Kuja niambia saa hii niko nazo. Maybe sasa wanaweza niambia una nywele, rudi.
Maybe. But yeah, we need to figure out what's going on with clubs in Kenya, especially with the security bouncer situation. True. Because it's not the first. Ata the
back
famous...
home hapa.
You're saying ata, forget if it's just Otro.
Yeah.
There was the one that happened with Bobby Wine in UG. Not Bobby Wine. What's his name? Radio and Weasel.
Yeah.
Radio, the same situation. He was in a club. He had some altercation with the bouncer.
Yeah.
Bouncer kambeba juu. Piga chini. That's how that guy straight
alikufa tu hivyo.
Yeah.
Same to lakini tumekuwa na incidences.
A lot.
Alleyways, there was this doctor, hivyo two bouncers.
And then Otro is the most recent one, right?
Otro is now turning out to be a notorious place. I don't know why.
What happened with the Otro story? By the I heard it in passing. Sikujua exactly what happened.
I think kuna mtu alipigwa sijui ni nani. I understand it's someone from Obunga. Maybe, I don't know. So the guy was having fun, I assume. Then all of a sudden, and he's also well built. So maybe ilichukua a lot. And then he was just found lying evil with blood and all that.
But does it really need to get to that stage? That's the question. Because, like, okay, dealing with drunk people is not fun.
It's also difficult.
Easy.
But, as a bouncer, the first thing that you should understand is that this guy is intoxicated. is not
he can't tell
himself.
you anything.
Anaweza
Hiyo
kuambia.
time atakwambia,
Judgment is
hata una
impaired.
nguvu.
At that point judgment is impaired. So wezi sema ati he was in his right mind. We unafaa kuwa kazi, ufai kukunywa. By the way, msikunywe kazi. Hawafai. It's not because now there's no one to think
regulate.
Rationally. Hakuna mtu anaweza de-escalate hiyo nini kama nini. Hiyo imefika hiyo point yenye sasa watu wanaanza kupigana.
But with all this that's happening when it comes to issues of security, let's say even from the club, apart from the club, to now Kenya in general, with what's been going on with the MP assassination and what and what, I think at some point there's going to be
there should be a
crackdown on security personnel.
Ama there should be just some form of training yenye wanafaa kupitia first.
I think so.
Your point. But still, back to Otro, bana. That club, it has a lot of issues. There are a lot of videos I've come across. I think there was one on Kisumu Gossip Club or something. Someone posted, actually, he was just having fun. Alichukua demo wake wakaenda huko. So kufika huko, akaji-excuse, went to the gents kujisaidia. Coming back, anapata drinks kwa table. Zenya kuorder. And then now, he calls the waiter, anamwambia, hii drink iko kwa meza yangu, mi sikuitisha. Waiter anamwambia hapana, lazima utalipia. You already tumeibill.
Kwa nini by force?
Sasa ikafika point, and then I think they have wanaitwanga je au ma DJ wenye wana nini? Is it housed or something? House DJ, I'm assuming it's house DJ.
Like the in-house
the
DJ.
The in-house DJ, Ye pia akakuja hapo ati lazima mlipie sijui nini. Like, bro, hata ka sales iko chini. And imagine all this time, the club management pia walikuwa na watch tu.
So now it's by force. You
must, and apparently going through those threads, that's not the first instance. Kuna zingine.
I think now maybe we should try and look for the owner. We get them here.
The side of the story.
Yeah, because we were just getting word on the street so far.
They're not doing well as we speak. But they should do something, please. The management at Otro. Wafanye kitu. Funny thing, speaking of the boy child nini, I just came across a post by Flaco. Let me read it out. We are all in denial that marriage is not what it used to be, 100%.
Who's in denial?
Flaco.
No, that we are all.
I'm joining him.
You believe we're in denial?
Yeah.
Me, I don't believe we're in denial. I believe tumefika level ya clarity sasa. The fact
acceptance.
The fact that you're seeing a lot of Gen Z, a lot of millennials say don't even want to smell marriage, forget even think about it ama kuingia. We'll show you that there's some level of clarity that we're getting to understand that hii kitu number one si ya watoto. It's not for children. Ni kitu ukiingia lazima uingie ndani yake na mind yako ikikuwa sober. And after a lot of prayer, si kitu tu you just jump into it because you want the label. Nitaka sasa kuvae ring iseme call me Mrs.
It's not easy. Si rahisi.
It's not
because
what it
I think
was.
I'm starting to think maybe compared to our parents, sisi hii point yenye imefika we are woke. In that social media imetufungua macho. We are now a global nation. Hizo vitu unajua them they weren't exposed to the level with which side to exposed.
And I think the reason why the reason why a lot of things that used to happen in, let's say, our parents' marriages and were acceptable. Yenye sahi ukileta mtu atakwambia boss songa huko. Wenda zako niende zangu. Is because now we have that exposure. Like people actually talking about hizo challenges. Like being in a marriage where it seems to be one-sided. Like you're married but you're as good as a single person.
What do you mean by that?
Okay. For example, let's imagine you're married. Sindio?
I'm trying to imagine na sioni.
Imagination haitaki kuja.
Hata imagination tu yenyewe kidogo inakuwa shida.
Okay, let's just imagine you're married, right? Then you find a situation where this is supposed to be your companion. You understand? This is supposed to be somebody you can have conversations with.
Yeah,
you can
true.
be open to. You can, you can share certain things that you won't share with maybe friends, a family, the outside world so much. So you can find a situation where maybe you're in the marriage, but you people just know how to function. You understand? When you're out, okay, wacha nimshike mkono, tunatembea, nimebeba handbag, like it's now mechanical. You get to the house, okay, you have these responsibilities, yako na hizi zingine.
Yeah.
But you're like ships in the night. Munapitana tu. You wake up, good morning. Like there's no real connection, there's no real you're married.
There's no emotional attachment.
Yes, you're married, but you're as good as somebody who's single.
That is hard.
Yeah, you're good as someone who's single.
It's like living with your own shadow or something. Not even your shadow, because at least your shadow is part of you.
But that is supposed to be part of you. That person that you're living with, that person that you're saying, this is my wife, this is my husband.
Now becomes difficult. But anyway, for those people who are married, for those people who marriage is working out for them, mkuja mtupatie lessons. At this point, it's working for you. Why are you laughing like that? No,
I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating with those ones who, if it's working, yani big ups.
It's tough, man.
It's not easy. It's not
because
easy.
I think pia imefika ile point yenye most of us, we are used to being self-independent.
Self-independent ama selfish?
Not selfish.
I feel like tumefika level ya selfish. We are getting to a very
unaona ile self-love yenye tulikuwa tunafundishwa.
Self-love imegeuka imekuwa sasa selfish. Kuna self-love. Okay, kuna self-love ile naweza jiambia, okay, I need to do one or two things for myself. You understand? Like I go maybe take time out, go and exercise, do something. That is self-love. But when self-love is attached to, let me do this thing, ndio umse I feel naifanya, that is not self-love. You understand? Me going to the gym, ati juu nataka kuwasha mse aone venye the nyash is now nyashing, that is not self-love. That is now
that is motivation. See pia atoke,
but the intention is selfish.
Achane na laziness. It's not selfish.
No, the intention
you are motivating
is
the other person.
Which other person?
So wewe mwenye unataka aone the nyash is nyashing.
No, you're just trying to demoralize this person so you feel better. That's not motivation. That is trying to demoralize somebody. Like if you go and tell somebody like, yesterday, like now you can imagine you're dating, you're married or whatever. Your chick goes to the gym, then she comes back and starts telling you about her trainer. Aki,
you should be like my trainers.
Mark alinisaidia leo. That is not somebody who has you in mind. That's someone who's selfish. Anakwambia about her gym, but it's being brought in a manner that
but mimi
ni kukuhurt.
Mimi hiyo time anaenda gym situende na yeye. Mbona niache aende kwa Mark? Si ni one company, mshike mkono nikuwe trainer yake. Why am I leaving at Mark?
Wisdom.
Hapo sasa wewe mwenyewe umejiachia loophole fulani. Why?
But pia saa zingine unafaa kumwacha. Usikwe pia the clingy guy. Guy kwa gym mwenye yako tu hapo anangoja anaangalia demu yake hata you're not working out.
Coming to think of it, actually ni madem ndo wanapenda sana kufuata wanaume wakienda gym. Sasa ukiwa na dem, it's true. I know it's true. I've hit a nerve. It's very true.
Kuna story nimekumbuka, that's why I'm laughing. Venye tu umesema, like it's mostly chicks that like to follow the guys to the gym. Yeah, because it's another form of marking your territory.
How now?
Yeah, because if he's been going to the gym alone, ako hapo tu, maybe ako tu zone yake.
Labda na flexia watu.
No, maybe he's just a good guy. Sindio? He's just a good guy, humble, ana maneno mingi. But kuna venye Mungu amemblessi, ako na ka biceps, you get? So ako hapo, he's working out, doing his thing, but there's a chick in the gym who has not come with the motive ya ku work out. She's come with the motive to wear the skimpiest gym outfit, ku confuse bwana za watu.
Anataka watu wateseke.
You get? So sometimes as a lady you feel like wacha tu niende pia. Kuna ile kusupport your guy, pia kuna ile ku let them know he's not alone.
Hiyo sasa sijui niseme inaitwa aje. Because mbona unanifuata? Maybe umeenda na mimi gym hakuna hata kitu unafanya maana uko tu hapo unaniangalia. Why?
Wengine maybe ni foreplay. That's where it starts.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're teaching me new things. If I had a girlfriend ningejua. Lakini mi yona ni red flag. Ukianza kunifuatafuata.
No, kuna ile
labda
kufuata.
uende asubuhi, mi niende jioni.
Kuna ile ya kufuata yenye it's actually support.
Yeah.
You understand? Then kuna ile ya kufuata yenye sasa ni monitoring spirits. She's monitoring every move you make. Ukigrant sana pia nakwambia babe. Don't make noises like that, okay?
Yeah. There's a story I'm looking for you. Speaking of gym, nimeona naitwaje Kinuthia. There's a Oxemi weight loss or something. I think
Ozempic.
That one.
Yeah.
I think that was the thing I was looking for. What's that?
So, I don't know why, but it happens every, I guess, 10 years, if I can clock it at 10 years.
Yeah.
Where celebrities decide to lose weight drastically.
I think he's not the first one. Is he a he or a she? Or they?
Celebrities decide to lose weight drastically. So right now, ilianza na akina Kardashian, akina, who is this chick also who's looking like a ghost siku hizi? Katy Perry. It's a drug. The drug is actually supposed to be used for blood pressure. I think it's a blood pressure drug. It's for blood sugar.
Yeah.
As in, its function, CEO ya kukata weight. But one of the side effects, ni hiyo ya kukata weight. So people have been using it.
Do they inject or you swallow the drug?
I'm not sure. Fact checker.
Help
us find out how people are taking Ozempic. But yes, it's a drug that suppresses your I guess your metabolism to a point. Or it's not your metabolism, suppresses your hunger ama your desire kukula. So you end up shedding a lot of weight. But the side effect of it is you lose muscle mass. So you see the way when somebody...
Oh, you don't lose fat mass now, muscle mass.
You also, your muscle mass in a dead, it dies, inakufa. So unapata like strength yenye mse alikuwa nayo, iyo core strength, hakuna tena. Even Katy Perry, she did a recent concert. People were not impressed.
Why?
She was so weak on stage.
She's also undergoing the process or what?
Yeah, she's also been on Ozempic.
She was already petite.
That's the point here. If you want to follow celebrities, you just run mad.
It's tough.
This season, it's BBL, nyash na.
This one is not even nyash. Sasa watu wanataka kupunguza hiyo nyash sasa.
Ni skeleton
bodies. Yaani mtu anataka tu one mfupa zime...
Yeah, that's now what's in fashion. Like, unakaa tu,
unakaa mtu umekufa. Yeah, fact checker.
Yeah, so the Ozempic weight loss. So the Ozempic...
Yeah, Mike, yeah.
Yeah, the Ozempic, it's primarily ilikuwa drug ya treat diabetes.
Yes.
Yeah, but...
Wait. Thank you, Mike. Okay, now speak.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So Ozempic, it was a medicine ilikuwa designed to treat diabetes. But it's like, how do we call it? The side effect. It was a side effect. You lose weight. So people... hata wenye wana diabetes wakamua kutumia
they've been
lose weight.
It.
And it inafanya kazi this way. When you take it, the way it makes you lose weight, first of all, it reduces like appetite.
Completely so cool.
Then it slows down digestion. Yeah, then it reduces hunger signals. So maybe you might be hungry, but aurada. Yeah, so you start losing weight. That's
the message I hit from.
Yeah,
I think, and then there was also, apart from Ozempic, I think there's also a way that they're locking their jaws. So that
you don't eat so much.
Upanui mdomo sana. Fika to a certain point tu hapo. So people are going crazy out here. Mbona watumia shortcuts? Uende to gym. Just hit the gym.
The gym is not easy kwenda.
It's expensive. It's so expensive.
The Ozempic thing.
Till it's even, there was a point, they were getting shortages. Now for people who actually need
for the drug.
Yeah, because what does wanatumia too for dieting.
So if this thing was being used for diabetes, sasa weight loss ni side effect. I think you know that actually hivyo pia ndo Viagra you work. Viagra was used, just check, I think ilikuwa inatumiwa for blood pressure and all that. But now this guy is realized side effect ni
kumbao. Okay.
So una mbao mpaka watu wanashangaa. But anyway, the blue pills. So watu wenye wanataka kukata weight, endeleeni kukata weight, but don't do
so
it.
So Kennedy has taken Ozempic.
I think he has started the process. I don't know why people go the shortcut way. So when they just hit the gym.
For some people, the gym is not easy.
But it's not easy. It's not easy for everyone.
Mentally, forget even just the physical part of it. Mentally kuenda saa zingine hata si rahisi.
Because I'm thinking hii drug unatumia, maybe kuna some hidden side effects.
Of course.
Zenye zitakuja kukuaffect along the way.
But people want to slay. And they want to slay right now. They don't want to wait to slay.
They don't want to slay tomorrow.
Leo
sahi.
Oh.
Man. Eat the gym. Wacha hiyo mchezo yao. Yeah.
When you're still on that topic, Viagra, it was originally developed and studied as a treatment for cardiovascular conditions. Yeah, specifically, kuna ingine inaitwa angina. It was the chest pain due to heart disease. That was the way the disease that Viagra was like originally invented to treat.
So kama ilifaa itoe damu yenye iko mingi kwa roho.
Yeah.
Ipeleke kwingine. Damu isirculate vizuri.
So ikapeleka place ingine na watu wakapenda.
Watu wakasema hii side effect lazima tuitumie vizuri.
That's also one of the reasons why a lot of people end up getting heart attacks. Yes.
Yeah,
because of Viagra.
Now what happens is when you reach a particular age as a man, and maybe you don't know your heart health. Say ati kitu umeenda umecheck. You understand? Then you take this drug that was specifically designed kusort mambo ya heart, sindio? But ujui inasort nini. You don't know that unasort ama unado ama una undo.
Yeah.
So yeah, when someone now is in that mode, ako gear 5.
Ugonjwa yenye haiko.
Exactly.
Man, it's tough. Ni ngumu hapa nje. Another thing, Apoko. You know Apoko? You don't know ringtone Apoko?
Oh. When you put ringtone mbele, I now understand.
You know, people know him by Apoko. The guy was arrested, man, over a scam.
By the way, what happened to him?
He was charged with defrauding a businesswoman. Cash 50 million in a car and land deal by falsely claiming 20 years of residency. But I believe this is not the first time I've heard of this case.
But is it directly linked to him, or it's one of those things of? Because I remember there was some particular land
issue, back.
Yeah, they were using a lot of celebrities, sana gospel celebrities, and then watu walikuwa naenda wanalipa, then they were not getting their title deed. So now they started. It's like now unaanza kugombeza influencer, because it's like it's because of you. Nilienda huko na nikaenda na wakanifanyia ile kitu, so it's your fault type of thing. So is it one of those ama ni yeye mwenyewe aka?
I believe ni yeye. Juu kuna point fulani pia walikuwa to the same land issue mali anaishi.
Akona ka history ya land.
Walishaanza kusema sijui mara ilichukua he grabbed it from a white lady or something. I don't know. So Apoko wherever he is afanye tu mambo yake, lakini sasa it is tough for him. Well, did you see one of our own in K24? A piece.
I did.
What's your thought on the outfit?
Oh, you're talking about the manyoya off shoulder. Okay, I get the artistic thing behind it.
Yeah.
I just feel it wasn't executed as it could have been. I don't want to say it was a bad outfit choice.
It was. Stop lying.
I just feel it was not executed well.
It was a bad outfit.
No, execution was the problem.
It was a bad outfit. Wacha kudanganya.
If he had just put on some necklace.
Sasa ndangeharibu.
Ngoja. Unaona venye Shaka Zulu anakaa?
But Shaka Zulu alikuwa amevaa off shoulder.
No, but far. Kuna hizo far walikuwa.
Far is okay. Actually, I think ilikuwa skin ama ni far.
Si hizo skins tu. But ilikuwa off shoulder, inaweza kuwa off shoulder.
Side moja,
Side moja. But now, hii maybe ni situation yenye alibai, akajaribu kuivaa. Akajaribu kuivaa hivyo. Then in the mode of dancing,
Hapana. Umse alivaa tu blouse. Kusema tu kweli. Ile ilikuwa blouse. Me, I can't lie.
Kuna mtu mwingine alisema ni carpet. Hizi carpet ndogo za bedroom.
Yeah, bana. You know,
no, but he's an artist.
You know, fine is an artist, yes. But anafaa kujua kitoka huko nje pia is a visual representation of us as. Bana.
So ungevaa hiyo fire aje wewe?
Mimi. Nivaa hizo vitu.
No,
kitu kayo.
You must wear the fire, but how would you have worn it?
Siwezi vaa hiyo kitu. Labda tu nigeuze rag vile mtu alisema. Juu how? Off shoulder. Aje. And then unaenda on national TV with it.
Yeah, but in fact, afadhali yake. By the way, afadhali his outfit. Because it's still... it's still a bit African.
Yeah.
Maybe execution.
Kuna
yes,
African
it's a skin.
Pale.
It's skin.
Ile si skin bana.
Okay, it's carpet. Bado ina
ile ni material. I think ile material inaitwa aje? Ile si fur hata. Ile si synthetic. I think there is a name for it.
Synthetic fur.
There's synthetic fur.
That is synthetic fur.
Hey man.
It's not real. Tuwezi sema kwani hiyo ni mnyama gani?
Apesi, we are sorry hapo naye. You can do better tafadhali. Hapo hata vile ulitoka kwa hiyo nyumba I wonder mpaka ukafika. So for example ulipanda Uber ama I wonder ulifikaje kwa hiyo TV station.
But I feel like generally male artists not only in Kenya, all around getting to a state where they're experimenting a bit more with their fashion.
Yeah, that thing I also realized.
When Koffi Olomide came, when was it? Not this recent one yenye watu walisema alikuja akacheza muziki na flash disk. Sio. Kuna time ingine alikuwa amekuja. He was in Nairobi.
Yeah.
He was some other outfit, yani you know Koffi's outfits. They're very extravagant, material ni mingi. So kuna ingine ilikuwa long ingine kubwa yenye imeshonwa kaskati ingine kajuu. You understand? I've also seen Iyani. There's another nini Iyani alivaa yenye ilikuwa kama crop top na long ingine big.
Hizo za kunini?
Hizo bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like men in the music industry or in the entertainment industry starting to explore a bit more. So for Apesi...
Exploring what? What are you
Apesi, it was just not executed well. Mwenye naeza sema sasa
Apesi,
it's confused.
Kitu ni mbaya. Tupa kama uko nayo to throw that thing away, bana. Stop lying to... Will you allow him to dress on that thing again? Atoke nao kwa nyumba.
Nikistyle hiyo kitu tofauti. You will not have the same feeling. I
guarantee. Bro, that thing, hiyo kitu inakaa hadi upside down pyramid, sijui imeenda hivi alafu imeenda chini. Honestly.
Mbona ulikuwa naangalia hiyo fa? Mbona uko unasikia muziki?
Hapana. Sasa hiyo kitu already ilikuwa ishani throw off. Hata concentration yangu. Na mimi na hii ADHD yangu kidogo. Unajua attention levels ziko chini.
Ulikuwa umefocus tu
kwa fa. Sasa nilikuwa nikasahau interview. Sasa mimi nashindwa uni Apesi ama hapana. Jujina naye naona ni Apesi. Sasa anyway.
The one you should be shocked about. Forget even Apesi. Apesi's one is not shocking. The one you should be shocked about is Desmond Elliot.
By the way.
Desmond Elliot wore an outfit that looked like one of those dresses from Bridgerton. Ilikuwa kitu ingine
kubwa.
Yani
what was that guy thinking, honestly?
Skirt na ka blazer juu. Yani ni kama sasa he was looking like a float. Yani hizi vitu zenye ziko na motor chini alafu una move ati ni fanfare. It looked so weird. It was the Africa Magic Viewers Choice Awards.
Yeah. But honestly, why?
I don't know whether he was doing it for attention because he's not been really in people's mouths since he tried politics. Na watu wakambea his
Desmond Idiot.
I don't know, but no. That hiyo yake. No. That one now is
hiyo sunny story ingine.
Is too much.
Because I'm imagining mademo kivaa crochet bila struggle kuingia kwa gari. So imagine this dude na hiyo kitu yake yote.
Oscar.
Yeah?
You say what?
Is it a crochet?
What is crochet?
I don't know. Hizo vitu no. Zinachanga aje?
Crochet is not what you're thinking it is. Crochet ni ile kitu ukishona.
Hizo vitu zinachanga aje?
What were you trying to say? Wakiva?
Hizi
corset.
That one. That's what I was
like
looking for.
The corset dress with the kapoof and many layers. Yeah, it's not easy. Unaweza va corset ushinde.
You know if I had a girlfriend ningejua hizi vitu. But
umesema hii kitu mara mingi. Please.
I think nili dream jana.
Please, if you're Oscar's girlfriend out there, look for him.
No, please. My lost rib. I'm still hopeful. One day we might meet. I don't know when. But anyway, hizo vitu sona imagine mademo akiva
corset,
that one.
Not corset.
That one. Okay, fine.
Corset,
sawa English person. wakivaa hiyo kitu
Yeah.
vile au struggle kuingia kwa gari. So imagine this guy akiingia sasa kwa gari na hiyo nini yake. And then niliona kulikuwa na detail ya elephants hapo mbele yenye alikuwa I don't know what message the guy was trying to
I'm also
portray.
trying to understand what was the message, because the message hasn't been clear. It wasn't clear. And many people were dressed so well for that event. Sijui yeye
Ama alikuwa anataka tu attention.
I think it was attention. I think you need attention, because hata where think about it, you as a man, what will possess you to wear a poofed dress?
Bro. Naongeze pia na blazer fulani.
Anakaa Black Widow. Black Widow spider.
By the way alikuwa anakaa hizo spider. Hey, speaking of which, our neighbors in Nigeria wamelipa deni yao yote ya IMF. Imagine. Cleared.
Yani other people can sit here and be like, oh yeah, we're debt free.
Bana, imagine.
Sijui nini. Then there is us. Yenye hata nyumba ya shetani, according to the internet.
Do you know how much debt you have?
Kalifungwa.
Do you know how much debt you have at IMF?
I don't even want to know at this point.
$3.62 billion.
Oh, iko billion. Tujaingia trillion.
Sio ni IMF tu.
Okay.
Hiyo ni IMF tu. Bado tujaingia kwa hizo
zingine. Tukiingia hizo zingine ndio tutaingia
T. Sasa ndo mambo ni moto. I think we might be running to around 11 T ama kitu kama hiyo.
But now what does that say for our future?
It is bleak. The future is bleak.
Me, I'll say it and I'll keep saying it. At this point, people need to start figuring out their survival skills. What I mean by that is people need to start thinking about getting off-grid. Meaning, in case of anything, you have some level of food security.
Yeah.
You have some level of security.
You have a backup for the backup for the backup.
Yes. At this point, kuna backup. Stima ikipotea uko na solar. So if the sun doesn't shine, uko na UPS mahali. UPS ikidedi uko na batteries zenye zinakungoja. Yeah. That's what I think.
At this point, man, ni mbaya. It's bad.
But we will still enjoy the journey. But you see, that's the good thing about Kenyans. That's why tunasema Kenya tuhami.
Hey, imagine mtu ameclear tu $3.4 billion hivyo. Clean, chini.
I'm imagining the scene after kulipa your deni. Ile tu umesha sign your dot, you unajua it's done.
Sigh of relief.
Flex ungetoka hapo nayo.
Sahi wa Nigerian hatuwezi waambia kitu. Kwanza onex wanaweza tugonga, nyinyi mko una madeni. Hatuambii vitu na people who have loans. Na juu ya hiyo bado Bill Gates plans to donate almost his entire $200 billion wealth through the Gates Foundation over the next 20 years.
No problem, I donate. No.
Si tupatie tu 3 points. Si tunataka mingi, tunataka tu 3.4. It's not even not even a drop in the ocean.
That's a grain of sand.
Atusaidie bana tutoke kwa hii mambo ya deni, because Kenya inchi yangu. Yeah.
Are you sure tukipewa hiyo do tulipe deni itaenda kwa deni?
Iende kwa account direct. Isikuwe ati mtu anapatiwa, kusikuwe na go between. Direct. So kuna account ya IMF. Yangusho huko. Juu ikipitia hapa na pale.
Actually I had yesterday there was an interview for the former deputy president.
Yeah.
Had an interview, alisema any debt yenye tunachukua as a country right now. I don't know the legal the truthful of this, but alisema must go, alinunua bank venye aliingia like in power. So all the debts tunaomba inapitia your bank. Actually hakusema the name of the bank, but asema ataisema in the near future. So all the debt we take inaenda kwa your bank kwanza, then inatoka hapo.
But there's always this policy, I don't know if it also works with us as a country, yenye ukienda usecure a certain amount 10% inakuwa yako. I don't know if if that policy details applies. That's why ndo maana unaona watu wanakimbia kututafutia malone.
But it makes me ask the question Flavor normally asks in that song, Ogabola, how much is money?
It's nothing. Hivyo ndo vile inafaa. But Bill Gates, kituona hapo nje bana tusaidie.
You mentioned something.
Yeah.
In fact checker just mentioned it. He touched on it about the interview with, you said the former
Former deputy president.
I don't want to call him former because apparently legally he's not former.
Yeah.
True.
Legally he's not former.
What is he then?
I don't know the title that he's supposed to actually be given, but legally he's not former.
Impeached.
No, it was
That's
impeached
it.
in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
ruling yenye ilitolewa. The judge that decided his fate was not in the position to do that. She's not allowed.
How now?
The constitution doesn't allow her. Let me search for you the story.
Yeah, just look for it.
So talking
you are
about
saying,
our let's just use
our
former.
Munyoro.
Oh, yes.
Our Munyoro.
Riggy G.
Mm.
The interview was deep. He's really shared a lot of gems. Let me call them gems. But apart from that, apparently he was telling us how his love language is poetry, and how it is poetry
Is
that
it even
he used.
is it even within the 5 love languages?
No, hiyo ni yake. Si hiyo ni
Also
yake.
yako na yake ya sita.
That is his.
That is wa Munyoro for you.
Sijaisikia mtu mwingine akona love language ya
Yeah, poetry, yeah.
So he was explaining how he used poetry to win over his wife, and he was reciting some of those poems and what. Yenye
So who was he reciting these poems to?
He was explaining to Ogaobina
Yeah.
that he's a poet. He's a poetry guy. He loves poetry. He used poetry to win over his wife and the like. Now people hapo kwa comments kwa internet yenye I wonder. They're saying, kumbe Ricky G is romantic. Madam, mko na shida. You have problems, please. Hiyo ni shida. By the time you're seeing Ricky G is romantic.
For each?
Their own.
Yeah.
So.
Ako romantic.
Watch
I
out.
understand also kumbe the dude was also a DJ. So my dreams are valid.
That guy has lived some lives.
My dreams of becoming a DJ are valid. If Wamunyoro did it, I can also do it.
By the way, yeah, we need to start your DJ practice.
Yeah,
too.
bana.
Maybe from DJ pia
those DJs outside there.
VP.
VP?
DP, Deputy President.
Huko sidani kanaweza enda. That job is too demanding. Plus, ukiona vile the relationship between the president and DP.
Hey,
because DP,
norma.
I believe DP, it's just like marriage. DP,
that was a marriage.
DP nataka mtu ako submissive.
Yeah.
Hamwezi kuwa mandume wawili kwa nyumba.
But now you can be submissive, but bado inakuleta shida.
Sindo nakwambia as a DP, I believe you are there to be seen, not to be heard.
Because at some point, he was even asked that, we heard that, ulipigwa coffee, ukikuwa State House. Jamaa was like, huh? You say what?
Mimi.
Who? Nani?
Mimi.
Jamaa akiongea, akipiga meza, mi pia anaongea na piga meza. So, it shows that where he needed to be submissive, I guess he was. But kuna vitu zingine you can't submit to. Ukweli. Kibinadamu.
Sindo maana anasema, yani ndo, I think hiyo ndo inafaa kuwa one of the requirements. A submissive person. Mwenye ukimwambia ni hivi ni hivi.
You need a submissive person, but you also need somebody in that position who's not domineering. You get, for that balance to be there, submission, this person respects you may submit. Si ati submit because lazima sasa usubmit juu ni mimi. No, I can also decide I don't want to be a part of this. Venye tu alisema kuna vitu zingine that he was like
but with time naona tukiendelea hivi that position will do away with it. Sidhani kama tutakuwa na position ya DP. Tutakuwa tuna display pictures maybe. Na tutakuwa
hiyo position peke yake.
Hiyo position baadaye naona nika
like
wataitoa. I think we'll just move to president, prime minister hivyo. DP nika
Prime Minister works very well by the way. Prime Minister does work very well.
Hiyo position inaleta shida sana.
Yeah, but even the prime minister said here it's there illegally or something. It's not. Yeah, it's not a legal office.
It's not constitutional.
Yeah, it's not constitutional.
Yeah. As per our constitution, hatuna prime minister.
Yeah, true.
And then the office of the deputy president. I don't think being there, the way Oscar is saying it, it's very hard. You are supposed to be submissive. But I think in Kenya, what should be done? I don't know. These people, I don't know if they should be voted separately. Even the Inspector General of Police. You know that person is submissive. Ukiambiwa toa polisi waende wafanye, you do. No. So what if they are voted in, like the Inspector General, hakuwe to voted in with the people, so that it does not submit to
But who will you vote in? Because it's the same faces over and over
Now
again.
that's
You see. So
So
that
let-
one, hapo pia bado we have a challenge.
let me read you the Gachagua thing.
Yeah.
The reason why he was impeached illegally was this. So the impeachment was done in parliament and it passed. Then he moved to
Senate.
To Senate and it passed. So he went to the court, the Supreme Court. So at the Supreme Court, we have the Chief Justice.
Yeah.
But the Deputy Chief Justice,
DCJ
Philomena
now.
Mwilu,
Yeah.
she's the one who appointed the 3-bench judge, who later decided the fate of Gachagua,
Wamunyoro.
of Wamunyoro.
Yeah.
So she acted like it was unconstitutional for her to do that when Martha Koome was still in office. Now the CJ. You see? Yeah, that's the problem there.
So now what happens?
But
Because you can't reverse.
funny thing
You
is,
can't break
go
a plate.
back.
Yes, you can't break a plate and say sorry, and then the plate is back together.
But now, coming to think of it, these guys have really interfered with the political aspirations of this guy. Because now it means, after that impeachment, anafaa kukaa 10 years out of active politics.
Mi nangoja Netflix series yake.
By the way, inaweza kuwa
Surviving
moto.
must go. Hiyo ndo sasa.
Inaweza kuwa moto vibaya sana.
Ama nini yake ya BBC.
You every day, msee so long as amepata tu kamera hivi, bombshell. Ata make sure ameutilize vizuri. Na nini. And then another thing I witnessed in the political sphere ni how are they called? Kasmuel and this other dude. Morara. They've decided to join forces now. They want to work together.
I wish them luck.
Wamesema mambo sasa ni handshake. They're going the handshake way.
I wish them luck. Reason why I wish them luck?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like both of them had a good start with what they started with.
Yeah.
But at some
Independently.
point, yes, at some point, with the commotion and the now new fandom and the spotlight and what, they kind of wakaanza kupotea
mienendo
in the message they were trying to push.
Yeah.
So if right now they feel uniting together is what will help whatever they're trying to do,
yeah,
it's okay. I wish them luck, but I feel for both of them, they wouldn't have stopped what they were initially doing. Like wange compromise, wangeendele tu hiyo line tu hiyo tu pole tu nani aende tu atuonyeshe hizo projects zenye ziko unfinished maliziko what ache wase
and then
you leave people to decide what they want to decide.
Journey will lead them.
Hiyo Vampire Diaries yake.
Yeah.
You leave people to decide what they want to decide. For Kasmuel, the same thing. He used to be very vocal on different experiences he had, some of the things he's doing, what. Then it now became like fame was, it happens. That's the curse of fame to some level. When people start calling your name, you've started being known.
You start being invited to interviews.
Yeah, you're going to interact with different types of people, different types of temptations, different types of things that if you're not really grounded in who you are and what you want to do, even though unapelekwa hivi.
Even though vile unapotea.
But
as you say, I wish them all the best. I think at some point ilifika walikaa together wakaanza kusoma comments. The comments were wild.
This is
Kenya. Hey.
This is Kenya. By
creativity now to lack.
By the time make mistake TikTok, I know you're not on TikTok, so I will always be educating you on TikTok. By the time you make a mistake on TikTok and say there's some chick who went and said the top hated presidents or something in Africa.
Yeah, I remember.
Akaka William Ruto as the third. Mayo Kenyans in the comments where who made this list? Bona
tuko number 3.
Why are we number 3? Hey.
But anyway, so out of Nini, you've seen the Diddy's trial.
I've been following it, but I've been following it also from afar because I feel like some of these things, it's like it's destroying our childhood in some way. You understand?
Yeah.
Like me, I remember the days. I remember those days.
R. Kelly.
I remember those days. Sana ata Kasi. I was a Kasi fan like no man's business. Iyo time yake. So I remember nikifuata Kasi. even her first song, Me and You, it used to be on my Walkman.
Yeah.
See me revealing my age.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be on my Walkman, like on repeat.
Yeah.
Your song yake ya Me and You. But when now you look at it, some of the things that are coming out in court, the type of abuse she was going through, the reason why she even shaved her head that time. Sisi tunadhani ati, ni fashion, she's looking edgy, nini kumbe. Kuna Mr. Bombastic hapo amekwambia nyoa hiyo kitu bana.
The skeletons in the cask in the closet. It's hard bana. Me just by day one vitu zenye zilikuwa revealed.
96 hour freak off.
Marathon.
Even if you want to say you are like Mandingo, yani weni
Mandingo.
Huyu mwingine anaitwa na Igonga, yani 96 hours
na ilikuwa moto. And then they don't allow the ladies to leave.
You can't leave
constantly. Yeah.
You're heavily drugged. Unapigwa bare like every other minute.
Yeah.
Then this person is still convincing you that anakupenda. There was even this part that they mentioned that he had asked her she wanted to give him a nickname that no one else.
No, who? Didi wanted to give...
Cassie wanted to give Didi a nickname. Yenye ni yao type of thing. Because kuna wenye wanamwita Puff Daddy, Didi, Sean Combs, P. Diddy. Yeah. So she wanted her nickname. Dude asked her, what do you call your granddaddy? Akasema Papa.
Massive.
Akasema from now on.
Call me Papa.
Call me Papa. Paka she had a necklace. Like they, TikTok, they give you receipts. TikTok, you can't just come and say something. Lazima useme na utupatie receipts. So there are people who are digesting hizo days wakienda court and some of the things that transpired. So a woman was saying, when you look at Cassie's receipts, zina make sense. Him insisting that she should paint her nails white. Him insisting about hiyo jina yake ya Papa.
Wako na evidence kwa kalatas.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Pictures, videos, her music videos, easy tapes zenye zimetoka. Till, I think this last day, Didi's daughters had been attending the trial.
Yeah.
But this last day, they were not in court. And that was the day where a lot of the videos of some of these things that
were being played.
Till the judge had ruled that it's only the jury and people who are directly involved in the case who will view those videos.
Yeah, that's what I've realized. Are they really allowing media to be in the court?
The reason why they're not allowing media also to get because some of these people have not yet they were sexually abused.
Yeah.
They've not yet come forward. So they're trying to keep hizo vitu on the low so that if someone else comes forward at least unakuja forward hiyo tu kidesign sile sasa
sile ati watu wanajua
video imesha trend imecirculate imekuwa shared everywhere ndio watu wanajua kumbe ulikuwa involved in these types of things.
Me the part that caught me off ni ile where another witness alleged that Didi paid him to have sex with Cassie while he watched. And at some point kafika akamuinstruct hadi amkojole kwa uso.
Do you know why for me like such information it's like it's not now shocking. Me by the time Umsa alikuwa nashikwa and he had 1,000 there were 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Hapo ndio nikajua okay this is not
but there's a baby oil like it's a lot.
This is not something that we can assume is just normal appetite ya mwanaume or something.
It's beyond. Ikifika point mniona na 1,000 bottles of coconut oil. Mwanze kujisasa.
Tazama si ya ndevu. It's not for beards.
Imagine 1,000 bottles.
That's wild.
Does it mean he had a room for you?
Yes, like hizo pictures za FBI. Wanaingia tu kwa bafu yani room hivi unapata tu the whole room.
Baby oil.
Bottles of baby oil.
Ama labda aliambiwa kutakuwa na shortage so alikuwa anaweka tu stock ya.
There's nothing like that. Hizo tu ni hizo vitu like let's wait for him to because at some point he'll be put on the stand.
But mimi naona kienda ndani.
It's hard to get out of hizi vitu mingi.
Mali imefika. Hivi tu pia ndo Arkeli ilikuwa tu hivi.
But there are those who are saying that Didi is a small fish in a very big pond and they're connecting it to our kina Epstein what and what that if we're thinking at hizo freak offs that Didi ndo zilikuwa yani hiyo ndio sasa zilikuwa.
Kuna watu wanasema tu alikuwa tu organizer. Yani kama sasa alikuwa go between.
Ka hype man yani.
Na link tu watu sasa wewe. Kujeni, mimi nisha organize bash. You guys show up. Another interesting beat pia tena this story of Tory Lanez. Dude got
Yeah.
stabbed 14 times.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine. By the time inafika 14 times, kwani warden walikuwa wapi?
Most of those things are very calculated. Like I'm very weird, so I watch a lot of documentaries.
Yeah.
There are some very interesting documentaries on Netflix, like the world's toughest prisons and what. There's even an exercise they did in a particular prison where they removed all the guards. Like they gave them rules. They removed the guards out of the space. They are being monitored.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to see how are these guys going to resolve. How are they going to resolve these internal issues? Vitu kama the cooking schedule, sa watu wanafaa kulala, the time people are supposed to be in their cells. Are they going to maintain ISO rules? Now that there are no guards, are they going to go wild? Because it was an opportunity for them. If they behave well in that experiment, because it was, I think, a 7-day experiment. If they behave well, they get some time off. Like you get some benefits towards your case.
Oh, nice.
But uki misbehave, tena unaongezwa
juu ya ile
kwa kesi yako. The first like 3 days, they went wild. They went wild.
That is expected.
The first 3 days, it was kitu ingine. Yani upoka huku, watu wanavuta sigara, sijui wapi. It was wild. But then after some point, they sobered up. They grouped together.
Yeah.
And then there was a beef between the old ones, the old guys, and then Majenzi.
The newbies. Yeah.
Walikuwa na hiyo beef kiasi, but wakaongea, wakasema at the end of the day, kila mse anataka ku better themselves. Siati, munataka kuendelea kuishi hiyo maisha.
Yeah.
So at some point, order ikakuja, they were rewarded with visiting hours na vitu kama hizo.
But still, history ya Tory Lanez, it's still massive. There's a clip actually I came across, walikuwa nasema, umse alikuwa nasema, apparently, the guy who stabbed him, alikuwa jirani wake. And sijui ilikuwa, it's like Tory Lanez was hitting on his wife.
So Tory za kugongewa na si mayai.
So Tory Lanez alikuwa anaambiwa mse, you know, your wife like black, like niggers, sijui nini.
So the neighbor was unmelanated.
Yeah,
it was palm colored.
I think it was Latino or something.
Okay.
So akasema tumepatana jela 14. Hopefully atatoka, but also see pia is there for stabbing who? Megan Thee
Stallion. Actually shooting.
She was shot. Yeah, she was shot by she wasn't stabbed.
On the ass. It was on the ass.
Yeah.
Hapo ndio unasema thank God for BBL. BBL ilikula hiyo bullet.
Ili act kama nini? Inaitwa bulletproof.
At least
ikamzimia vitu. Hey, speaking of Diddy, I think we skipped this part. Apparently we also have a Diddy in Kenya.
Who be that?
I don't know. Wangeshi posted. You know Wangeshi? The artist.
I've been hearing about Wangeshi, yeah.
She said that one day we shall speak about the Diddy of Kenya and how no female artist in Kenya ever left the studio with their music.
But I'll be frank about something. I think the female experience in Kenya and the male experience are very different.
Yeah.
For the years I've been in Kenya and for the years I've worked in Kenya, let me just put a rough figure.
Yeah.
Let's say I've worked for 5 different companies. 4 of these companies, I can say there's no point that I wasn't somewhat sexually harassed.
Out of 5 companies?
Out of 5. 4. You apply for a job. They call you go for the interview. You do the interview, you pass the interview. Then whoever your supervisor is or whoever believes they're in some level of authority or power over you and happens to be male, decides that for you to have an easy time at work, it involves you accepting whatever is being offered on that table.
Yeah.
When you don't accept, says zingine unapoteza kazi. But they have lost I think 2 or 3 job opportunities for that exact reason. Yeah, somebody makes an advance towards you. You tell them, dude, you're backing up the completely wrong tree. Kwanza me, I'm not that person that nitakuja hapa I'll be shy ati niache ama I'll keep quiet. Nitakupiga bari. I will slap you and life will move on. You understand?
Yeah.
So now that's me, who at least naeza sema I can be a bit harsh when needed in such situations. But then you find there are people who, like female artists.
Yeah.
You have this desire, you have this passion, you have this talent. You really want to get it out there.
You want to blow up.
You want to get it out there. You want your music to be out there. Then you're working with somebody and you believe it's professional.
Yeah.
Only to realize this person's motives and intentions are not anything professional at all. And then they're hanging this thing over you. You've recorded, you've done what you need to do, you've worked on how you're going to look, you've, done all the social media you need to do for whatever you need to do. Then someone is like, no, it's until you do this in the opate.
Don't release ngoma yako.
It's the worst feeling. It's the worst feeling. So
I can only imagine.
Let's wait for those receipts.
Kwanza mimi nangoja.
Let's wait for those receipts because I'm sure
do it very soon.
I'm very sure Zico.
We want to shame these guys. Shame on them. Yeah. Anyway, parting shot
is May is full of different types of events.
Yeah.
We've been talking about, of course, the 31st, the Fisherman's Experience.
Yeah.
If you haven't already gotten your straw hat, if you haven't already figured out how you're going to be moving in the waves. In the waves of the crowds. If you've not figured out your dance move, that's your business. But you shouldn't miss out on that. That is the Fisherman's Experience, 31st of May. But apart from the Fisherman's Experience, we do have also some amazing other events. You are complaining that Kisumu has a lot of
yeah, on that 31st. Actually, coming to think of it, I didn't know first was a holiday. So, I think wanajaribu sana kumeja on that 31st. They're banking on it. But, I think there's also some R&B thing at Club Da Place, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that's going to be happening on the 31st. There's also the Kisumu candle making workshop on the 31st of May.
What's that now?
How to make candles.
Why are we making candles in the 21st century?
Okay, Oscar, the activities people do that are just fun.
That's not
you
fun.
learn a new skill. It's like pottery.
That's not fun.
It's like making a pot.
Candles in the 21st century.
Yeah, because you make candles, you put different scents. Like you make your own personalized candle. You see that you have your ADHD vejunasemanga. You make your own ADHD candle.
Hiyo ni kuboeka bana. Hao watu wote tutawabeba na tuwapeleke Fisherman's Experience. Candles you can make even on Sunday or the next day.
Make candles for those who want to enjoy candle making.
No, come to Fisherman's Experience. You will make candles the next day. Unless kama mtu akona na stima hiyo siku.
We also have on the 20th, the quiz night. That is a pint of science quiz night, courtesy of Natsa Bistro. That's
what's
20th.
Happening there?
Quiz night. Quiz.
Trivia questions
exactly.
Or what?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. On 20th?
20th. We also have on the 18th of May, the Art Garden. That is at Ujuma Food Garden, Milimani. Yeah, we have a bunch of events.
There's a bunch
happening.
I saw also Jose Chameleon is coming to Kisumu. I don't know.
He's going to be coming for the next edition of the Kisumu Old School R&B. That should be in July. Is it July or June?
June. I think June, yeah.
Yeah. For the first time, he's going to be coming to
Jose Chameleon.
Kisumu.
R&B, Jose Chameleon.
It no matter. Let him come. We enjoy. See now, baby. DJ and a remix. Let's get to R&B.
Misplaced priorities.
I wonder. This is where we say thank you so much for checking into this episode. Of course, this is the Ideal Corner podcast. You can catch us on all social media platforms. That is here on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X. And of course, if you're Oscar's girlfriend, please comment hapo chini so we can figure out who you are. He's really waiting for you.
Hapana, hiyo si mimi nimesema. Anyways, adios guys.
Bye.